I'm the Stressless Guru, and this is the new year. And with the new year comes the new you. Or at least that's what they tell us. We'll talk about that and more on this Tea Time with the Guru. All right, welcome back to this Tea Time with the Guru. Today's cup of tea is brought to you by Celestial Seasonings. Today we are having the white chocolate peppermint. It is a white tea, and it does contain caffeine. So there you go. Somewhere on the screen, I'm going to try to make sure that I've got a picture or small video of it, because every time I try to show you the tea, the cameras just don't want to focus on it. So I'm trying a new take here with the tea. Anyway, welcome if you are new to Tea Time with the Guru. Basically, tea times are just casual, unscripted, sit back and have a cup of tea, have a conversation, talk about what's going on out in the world, or just kind of chit chat about whatever. Today, when I am recording this and sending it out to the world, is January 1st of 2026. So a little bit of stuff to unpack, some thoughts on New Year's resolutions. As the Stressless Guru, I've got my own opinion on New Year's resolutions and how they're marketed to us, but we'll get into that here in just a moment. In the meantime, like I said, this is the Celestial Seasonings white chocolate peppermint tea. Smells amazing. It's still just a tad warmer than I care to drink, so I'm going to hold off on that for just a moment. Let it keep doing its thing. What I wanted to talk about is really kind of New Year's resolutions, why they work, why they fail, and what I would recommend instead of a New Year's resolution. A few things to consider first and foremost. When you go out to the store, we are played like fools when it comes to marketing. The marketing people really, really know how to sell us on a product. In fact, if you take note, right around the end of the Christmas season, so like we're winding down Christmas, maybe it's the week of Christmas, the day or so after Christmas. I typically want to say, well, I'm just now seeing some of the things that we're going to talk about. So maybe it really is like immediately following Christmas. But businesses will push their home fitness things. You got your weight sets up front, your fitness attire up front. You've got your, different things that you can take, your protein bars, your protein shakes, the supplements, stuff like that. It is all pushed out to what they call the drive aisle. And inside that drive aisle is what the marketing teams want to push for you. And so you walk through and you're like, oh yeah, hey, I want to get healthy in the new year. I want to be a new fit me. What's funny about this is I was at my local grocery store and they have a fitness section. What was once cookies and sugar and carbs in the exact same spot is now workout equipment. So they're going to fatten us up for the month of December, and then they're going to try to sell us on fitness because we're kind of feeling sluggish and just kind of blah going into the new year because we've had an entire month of just eating stuff that we really shouldn't be putting into our body to begin with. So knowing that, everybody has these New Year's resolutions, everybody wants to get a little bit healthier. We've got gym memberships spike in January. We've got the home fitness stuff spikes in January. I remember several years ago, I went out to a sporting goods store local here, and I picked up like a whole home like weight system. I had the bench, I had the weights, I had the treadmill, I had a punching bag. I went the whole 9 yards. I was like, okay, I am going to, instead of spending that money on a gym membership, I'm home. Why not just work out in the home? So they had all kinds of sales, and I was like, I'm going to take advantage of these like first of the year sales. I put up all the stuff. I was really excited. 2 weeks later, I was hanging clothes on the weight system. I was dusting off the bench. I had stuff piled on the bench. It just didn't work out. The treadmill was the place to find the t-shirts that I couldn't find anywhere. I hung it up over there on the treadmill. So it's rough. They know how to market to us, and we have these really good intentions. I'm going to get fit. This is the year I'm going to get fit. The problem is, we see these signs and we hear these phrases, it's a new year, new you. But you're not a new you. You're the same you on December 31st, 2025 that you are on January 1st, 2026. You didn't change. Your mindset may have temporarily been pulled into the spirit of the season of, I've got to, make some changes. I want to get healthy. I want to get that new job. Whatever it is that your New Year's resolution is, if you're extending it out for a full year, they're not really resolutions. They're more like we're creating New Year's wishes. And if you look back, and I'm not saying that we don't sometimes fulfill these New Year's resolutions. We absolutely do. But if we look back and see how much did we actually hold to those New Year's resolutions, the odds that you failed most of those are pretty high. And so what I want to do is kind of shift our mindset from creating New Year's resolutions to creating what I call new day resolutions, because the changing of the day, in my opinion, is much more fundamental to us than the changing of the year. It's just a 24-hour period. The only thing that changed really is the date on a physical calendar. You woke up today like you did yesterday. There's nothing, you might be a little bit more hungover today, but there's nothing different today than there was yesterday, other than the fact that you're maybe a little bit more motivated to try something that you aren't normally doing. I mean, listen, I want to paint a new painting once a week, but that's just not going to happen. It's not something I currently do on a regular basis. I love to paint. It's just not something that, the first couple of weeks of January, if that was my resolution, sure, I might get a new painting out this week and, oh, hey, look, it looks awesome. And next week, oh, hey, everybody, look, I got another new painting. And then week 3, well, I'll get to it next week. And then next week turns into, I'll get to it in a couple days. And then I don't get the next one out. Listen, it happens, right? It's a compounding set of failures when you say, I'm standing on January 1st. This is my resolution for the year. Okay. So making small day resolutions. I wake up today and I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to be a little bit nicer to myself than I was yesterday. I'm going to walk just 5 minutes more today. Even if that means like I didn't walk at all yesterday, I'm going to walk just 5 minutes today. Or I walked 10 minutes, so today I'm going to tack on an extra 5. Whatever it looks like to you, instead of making a new year resolution, make a new day resolution every day. And when you get to January 1st of the following year, look back and instead of saying, well, I didn't, I got the workout stuff and I used it for a couple weeks, but then I kind of gave up. I'm going to do it this year. That's looking back at a year of failing that resolution. Instead, if you have those day resolutions, then when you look back, sure, you're not going to hit all of them. That life happens. But when you look back over the year, instead of seeing, well, I did get all that gym equipment, or I got that gym membership, and I just kind of, I kept paying, but I never really went after the first couple weeks. Instead of having that look back and say, you know what? Every day I walked 5 extra minutes. Every day I ate a little less carbohydrates. Every day I did a little something, and change your goal day to day. It's a new day. It's a new 24-hour period. You woke up. You're a new person today. What do you want to accomplish in today? That could be, reading a couple paragraphs or chapters in a book. It could be whatever. Starting to journal, starting to meditate, but just focus on the day. Don't focus on, this is my week resolution. This is my month resolution, the day, because it's those small wins that we can achieve and then look back and say, look at all of these small wins, because it's the small things in life, all the small things in life that add up to the everything in life. Everything that we are, everything that you are in this moment is a culmination of all of the decisions, all of the choices, all of the events that have happened to you over the course of your lifetime have led you to this moment right here. So instead of looking back and saying, oh, well, that's 365 days, I kind of blew it after the first couple weeks, look back and say, every day I woke up with a new or the same small goal. And it was small enough that I was able to achieve that goal that day. Because here's what happens. You start walking 5 extra minutes today. A couple weeks from now, you're like, you know what? I'm starting to feel pretty good. I'm going to tack on an extra 5 on top of that. So I'm going to do 10 extra minutes today. Awesome. And then it just starts compounding. You do start achieving those bigger goals because we've now started to make those smaller goals routine. And I think if you take that mindset going into the new year, you'll find that those New Year's resolutions that we all try to make at the beginning of the year become a lot more achievable when we break them up into single day resolutions. And if you wake up today or tomorrow or whenever, and you're like, you know what? I think I got a cold. I think I got the flu, whatever it might be. And you miss that day, you're not tanking your whole resolution philosophy. You're just setting aside this one day and maybe knock that goal down just a little bit or change it to a different goal. Sometimes your goal can just be, look, I'm going to survive the day. I'm going to make it through to the end. And that's okay, because some days we will feel so overwhelmed that just getting through in itself is the achievement. Funny thing about this, going back to the marketing and the drive aisles, about the time that we start to fizzle out of our New Year's resolutions, you can tell that as a population, we're kind of at the end of that resolution kick, because the candies and the cookies will start coming back out. We're going to start seeing the sweets for Valentine's Day, right? December is the season of buying stuff and eating junk just so we can get into January to exercise for 2.5, 3 weeks, fizzle out the end of January, and then make preparations for buying candies and sweets and other not healthy things for our loved ones that we want to give to them as gifts for Valentine's Day. And then we all get to go and get drunk on St. Patrick's Day the following month. So we just have a whole bunch of marketing holidays crammed at us. It's an interesting thing to study, the psychology of marketing and how, as a collective, we are controlled by marketing departments. It is what it is. Anyway, I want to know your thoughts. Do you usually hold to your New Year's resolutions, or is this something, do you agree with what I have to say? Let me know in the comments below. And yeah, I'm going to try this tea, see how it is. That's really not that bad. You can definitely taste the chocolate notes in it. It's kind of sweet. The only thing I did not add honey to it, or sweetener. The only thing I added to it was a little bit of cream. So there you go. All right. Well, that will do it for today's Tea Time with the Guru. I am the Stressless Guru, caring for the mind, the body, and the soul. Until next time, stress less and live more.